Alright.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the OlimoLeague. We're in game number 2, spawning in the top right corner of the map. He's down one at the moment. We'll see if we can bring it back. It is CM Storm's Revival.
And in the bottom left, we've got our blue Terran player. Up 1-0, it is Keen.
Yeah, and he mentioned he is looking for a team, so if any of you guys are looking for a Terran and you've got a lot of bucks to waste.
Yeah.
That is kind of the sad thing. I talked to a lot of esports teams. Like, there's so few teams that come out as like being purely profitable. I think a lot of like esports quote unquote teams at this point are just like passion projects and everything else. Like, a big shout out in mine goes to like like IVD Gaming. They hosted a lot of really good players from North America. Sadly, couldn't really afford to keep everybody at the end, so everyone left to Storm Gaming or whatever that new team is. But it kind of sucks. But I feel at the same time, like, with the sustainability that StarCraft 2 has, like, it is possible to be self-sufficient. Like, you don't have to have a team to win weekly cups casually on the side while you study for school and such.
That's true.
But yeah, so anyways, Keen, single and ready to mingle. Revival's sake on this map, I think this is a map where you can more comfortably take a third. We really saw the effect of the rocks keep those queens from responding to the banshees. We saw that get really out of hand. I mean, Revival's defense at the start of that game was so sick. 6 queens was like amazing. The bailing timing couldn't have been better. But man, I mean, the choice to go for the all-in, it wasn't misplaced. Like, that all-in that he chose to go for, I actually liked that. The problem was it got scouted so early, and as you pointed out, like, Keen reacted perfectly. He pulled the SCVs back, he minimized damage. Like, that was just well handled.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, I could see Revival's thought process. That's something I could have done myself. When you hold a push like that, which is a pretty big investment with those Hellbats, and you hold it off that easily, a counterattack is usually, a pretty good thing to do. But, yeah, Keen, Banshee saw it and handle it nicely. But I want to talk a bit about Revival's opener in that last game, because he defended that there's like 2 ways to play early game CVT, right? Either you go for, like, you see some Koreans go for fast overlord speed, so you get all the information you need and then you react based on the information that you get with the overlord speed or something like that. Or you can go for kind of what Revival is doing. He goes for the pool first, gets the fast speed, so with the pool opener he's kind of safe versus like proxy reactors and stuff like that, and then later on, he goes into a high queen count, and last game he made blind spores, and then he made a really quick bailing nest before his evo chambers and stuff like that. So he goes for a quick bailing nest, high queen count, blind spores, and just doesn't sack any overlords and doesn't invest into overlord speed. And then when he sees the push coming, he just reactively makes the Zerglings that he has, the safety links, and makes those links into bailings right away, and that's how he was able to hold. So kind of an interesting way that Revival is playing very, very safe and just preparing for everything basically. And then when the push is at his front door, he just makes banelings with the 8 to 14 links that you normally make for the Hellions. So it's yeah, pretty interesting approach. Very, very safe play by Revival.
It's also, I'd say, less conventional a lot of the time to just have that ready to go. A lot of the times it's kind of like panic mode, right? And you'll see the Zerg player take a lot more damage. Actually, just thinking back to that first, we should be talking more about this game. But the last point about that last game I want to make is, like, it's weird just how perfectly both players defended when you think about it. Like, both players just had the best defense for what came towards them. It's usually like who can attack better, not who can defend better. Anyways, pretty standard opening here out of Keen. He hasn't done anything too wild. He's still low on gas. Takes it faster through CC. If he gets away with this, like I said, Daybreak's a map where, like, for both players, it's a lot easier to secure that third. Like, it's a bit awkward at first, but realistically, there's only 2 ways into your base, and that's either through the third or through this natural. So, defending for a Terran player, man, do you remember when you used to see like depot walls at the top of this ramp? I mean, like, it's been so long since we've seen Daybreak. I get a little bit of nostalgia, but at the same time, again, like, this was the map that got figured out more so than others. This was the map that was rotated through multiple seasons. Like, I don't think we're going to see any crazy innovative gameplay, but this is a map that will allow us to see possibly actual macro play.
Yeah, it's starting to look like it. At least it's going to come down to what Revival decides to do. There's the Baning Nest, but as I talked about before, it's just how he opens. Like, he doesn't send his overlords in. He has overlords spread out, but he doesn't send them in and lose them. So he invests all of his money into you know, defense, gets a high queen count, gets the blind bailing nest, you know, before his Evo chambers, and just doesn't really use his overlord so much. As I say that, he sends in the overlord into the main of Keen, but just pokes in, doesn't really want to lose it. So does see the third as well. So nicely done by Revival.
Oh man, I forgot about all these silly billboards and things. I miss some of these doodads actually. There's there's a scrolling thing here for Brokeback Mountain, or sorry, Brokeback Mining Station. There we go.
Oh wow! I just went to Eurovision. Yes.
There's a
I've actually not seen that ever.
I forgot. Do you know about the there's a Tauren Space Marine on this map? Do you know about this?
No. I do not.
It's gonna take me too long to remember where it is. But yeah, this is one of those maps that has like some cool Easter eggs on it for sure.
Okay.
I'll scroll past it later. You gotta focus on what's going on in the game because yeah, this Hellion harass is not gonna do much as far as pushing in, but it should start denying creep. Because I mean, Watchtower control is one thing, but you really don't want them to take that creep spread.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna keep an eye here with the Watchtower if the creep tumors try and expand further, which he's trying to do now. So he's on top of it, goes for the tumors, but
yeah, he gets one of them, but Queen's doing a good job pushing this back.
Yeah. So it's really nice for Revival to get this creep going near the Watchtower already at an early time. It's gonna be really nice for him later on.
Found it. Camera, yo.
Whoa.
Tauren Space Marine, dude. I was trying to remember. It's been so long since I see this map. Like, you guys don't understand. I spend so much dumb time like Easter egg hunting. Like, Rivkin, why are you such a casual with this game? I know, but like I love Easter eggs. They always tickle my fancy. Anyways, so right now, as far as this game is actually shaping up, I like Keen's positioning. He's not felt any sort of pressure. The army supply right now is not that big of a deal because Revival's taking such a heavy drone count. This is where now every inject's pretty much going to be tons and tons of lings, right? I mean, you're sitting at 71 workers, 3 bases. You can either be super ballsy and take a 4th, which in my opinion would be a mistake, but instead it takes a macro hatchery. And this is one of those things because, like, last game we saw Keen apply a lot of pressure. This never came into effect. But because Keen hasn't been applying pressure, Revival's actually got all the time in the world now to just spend what is a ridiculous economy throwing banlings at his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, personally I would like to see him get the 4th around, no, okay, he's going for it, because yeah, being 3 bases is fine, but you really want those 8th gases, you know, at a decent time for the mutas and so on, so he's gonna go for it. Does have nice creeps right here as well, so yeah, from now on, he's probably just gonna make a lot of units and then start droning when he's, you know, stabilized and he's safe. So he's just preparing for the first medivac push, I'd imagine. And Keen actually, he's got the medivacs out, but all of his army in his main, it starts moving now, finally. But this creep spread is kind of getting out of control. It feels like Keen is given Revival a lot of time, and Revival is, you know, still making units, not being greedy, not making any drones to the 4th base yet. And he's got a lot of links and veins, and he's just kind of waiting for Keen, and he's getting impatient now because he's got so much out on the field, and he just kind of wants to trade it away. And Keen now coming on creep, maybe Revival can get a good engagement.
I don't know, there's not a whole lot of bailings here. Speed did just finish though. So
yeah,
speed now available on creep, runs right past the Hellions. Hellions be damn, Marines on the run for their lives. They do have combat shields, they can take a hit or two, but
oh my
those
God,
Hellions,
what a disaster.
The fact that he like ignored the Hellions completely, like, okay, run past with the bailings, great. But he ignored them completely. They got so many free shots off.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst feeling as a Zerg player, where you really just want that surround on the Marines, but you barely don't get it, and all of a sudden your Lings die, and all you have left is like 6 Bailings, and then all of a sudden you're not liking your position in the game.
I can still argue the fact that Revival has 4 bases. He kind of can afford those losses. Right now, the supply counts, it's not like a difference of like 40, right? Like we saw last game. It's still manageable. That sucked, but not in the worst case scenario.
Yeah, he's doing surprisingly fine, but I kind of feel like Keen, man, like that 3rd landed so late. Like he's just, I don't know, he's been mining there for a little while, but he only had like 8 SCVs there, so his economy's kind of not been in the same place as Revival's has been. So maybe that's why Revival is able to be up in supply despite that horrible engagement, and now going into the window.
Back. Oh, he eats so many of those banelings.
And those Widow Mines could have gotten some incredible connections, but they don't fire. They just die too quickly, and all the medevacs now gonna die. Man, this is looking great for Revival.
Yeah, he
just,
really
solid play. Okay, medevac going into the main now, Revival at the same time. But there's a spine, man. Like, Revivalist is ready for everything.
2 queens as well. I just feel like, you know, when we saw 71 drones with no harass, like that, I kind of feel like that was where this already started taking off to be not out of control, but like just not manageable. Keen getting no damage done with this drop. Couple mutas get picked up actually is kind of nice, but this isn't exactly the supply lead you want as a champion. In fact, his upgrades aren't even in the lead. It's 2-2 for Revival.
It's down 40 supply. Yeah, this is looking very bad. And this is kind of what I mentioned quickly, you know, before this series started, that Keen he's a really smart player, but it feels like his mechanics are lacking a bit, because Revivalist has been able to get ahead without you know much happening at all. Like, you got a terrible engagement, and usually that would mean almost the end for a Zerg player. You would be under so much pressure after taking a bad fight off creep, but even taking that bad fight, Revival is still able to get up like by 30-40 supply. He's just playing very, very solid macro play. No, he's even pushing in now. He's feeling confident.
Wall gets broken pretty quick, but he doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of banelings. It's off of creep too. I mean, the thing is, like, you kind of have to double your baneling estimations when you're off creep, right? You're like, okay, 3 is exactly what I need, but realistically, because I'm off creep, you need more like 6 or 7. The bio spread here is getting the wall back up. I mean, like, Keen's getting into this posture where he can maybe defend, but he needs to cause some sort of damage. He can't just sit here and eat banelings in the face. STVs are just being pulled. He's saying, screw this. There's a couple Marauders in the front lines, but the Marines are too, and the Marines need to be behind the Marauders, not in front of them. Keen clumped up really badly. And Revival, he's just flooding. That's it.
Yeah, it's a lot of Ling Bane. Has to be careful not to lose too many mutas, but yeah,
he's still alive behind him, so even if he loses 1 or 2, it's 19 mutas, cleaning up everything left. Revival going to turn the series around, tie it up 1-1, and it's now going to be Keen's map pick. GG.
Man, that was solid. I was very curious